So the Houthi militants in Yemen have done a whoopsie by accidentally targeting, well, they say accidentally, targeting the Russians, their own allies. Oh dear. So they accidentally launched an attack on a Russian oil tanker in the Red Sea. It was initially, according to Reuters, unclear if they aborted the missile strike when they realized who they were actually targeting, because that wasn't really the plan. Putin was not really happy when he heard that news. The Houthis tried to attack a British ship, basically, but mistakenly attacked the tanker with Russian oil. The armed men, supported by Iran, almost hit a tanker carrying Russian oil of a tanker in Yemen, and then they decided to go back and say, well, let's not do this. Then they said, we found the British ship. Then they targeted the ship. That ship ended up again being Russian. So they actually did target the Russians accidentally. This is not really looking too good. The relationship between Iran and Russia is already rocky a little bit, because the axis or the triangle that they have with China, Russia and Iran is not going too well, because at times it's Russia and Iran against China, sometimes it's Iran and China against Russia, sometimes it's Russia and China against Iran, most of the time it's actually three of them together. But let's not forget that the Houthis mostly belong to the Iranian regime, not Russia. Russia has basically been using them as a proxy to go against the Western side, which makes sense from their perspective. But there's also a lot of analysis and speculations as well. We had Imtiaz Mahmoud saying, Houthis mistakenly target a tanker carrying Russian oil. This happened hours after Russia condemned the US strikes on the Houthis. Houthis basically said, shut up Russia, I don't need a babysitter, you're not my mom, we have no idea what we are doing, but we like doing it. Houthis are acting on Iran's orders, and Iran and Russia have been working very closely together since obviously the whole Ukraine situation started. It could easily be the case that Russia asked for Iran's help and Iran instructed the Houthis to cause mayhem in the seas. Additionally, takes the Ukraine out of the public eye, which means they will see fewer supplies. This was a large motivation for the Hamas attacks as well. Now, this kind of makes sense if you go with this analysis. But let's not forget, one of the reasons that the Houthis made a mistake, and I do believe it was a mistake, is because they're a bunch of amateurs. Now, yes, they could get orders from Iran, but they're not really that professional. They're not really that organized. So, of course, they're going to mistake and accidentally target their own allies instead of the British, for example. Anyway, we'll keep you guys posted on this issue. But we did a video before this, which I also asked the question, do we think that the Biden administration overplayed their hands over the last couple of nights with the mission, the operation in Yemen? Have they actually failed, or is this going as planned? Let me know your thoughts. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.